If you're starting martial arts as an adult, you probably won't make it past the first year. And it's not because you lack toughness or skills. It's because the first year exposes things about you you didn't expect. It's the recovery, your ego, your tolerance for being bad at something, and how you handle stress. The problem isn't talent, it's expectations. You see, most adults walk into martial arts thinking that effort is enough. They think if they show up, push hard, and stay disciplined, they'll improve steadily. And that's not how it works. In the first months, your body feels wrecked. You're sore in places you didn't know existed. Small injuries show up. You gas out faster than you thought. You get dominated by people half your size. You leave sessions questioning yourself. And if you interpret that experience as failure, you will quit. Guaranteed. But you see, it's not failure, it's adaptation. The first year isn't about proving yourself. It's about staying long enough for your body, nervous system, and your tissues to catch up so that real learning can finally begin. So let's reset these expectations. And here, I want to give you 5 principles that will help you survive that first year. Principle number 1, manage your energy. Energy is a real problem for beginners because when they sign up to something, they want to train as much as possible, right? They're excited. Maybe they want to learn 2 martial arts at the same time. They want to learn Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu. You know, they go to the schedule. They see it's available to train Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, even Saturday, and they want to attend all these classes. But that's a mistake because as a beginner, you do not understand how much of a toll training takes on your body. You know, already the first session will make you so incredibly sore that you will not be capable to train the next day. And if you do, you run into certain risks. Okay? Number 1 is that your nervous system is very fatigued, and when the nervous system tanks, the immune system tanks too, so you can get sick much easier. When the nervous system is low, your movement is sloppy, you know, so the risk of injury increases. Okay? Low nervous system also leads to bad moods, okay? So you can be, when you're exhausted, you can become a moody person. You can be short-tempered, short-fused. You will not just be a nice individual to be around, you know, and that can be an issue, for example, for work or your family and friends or whoever is around. So managing your energy is really critical in the beginning because you should only train as a beginner as much as your body tolerates, okay? And that's hard to figure out in the beginning. You know, you have certain, cues that the body gives you, like excessive soreness. It's a reason to rest. You know, if you're very sore, wait until the soreness bypasses. If you're very low energy, like you wake up and you're just, super groggy, super slow, even after drinking coffee, you're not recovered, take your time, okay? We want in the beginning to create consistency. You know, and you cannot create consistency if you constantly drop off the schedule that you've put yourself, okay? It's totally fine in the beginning to train once or twice a week, okay? Do your training on Monday and see how long it takes until you feel a 10 out of 10 again. It might take you all the way to Friday, and that's fine. Then this is where you start. Train on Monday, train on Friday, and try to hold that rhythm for a while, okay? You will see that the body will adapt. You know, your energy will adapt, and you will eventually feel like you can tolerate more. This is when you increase to maybe 3 times a week, and so on. You get the idea. So do not choose from the mind of how much you want to train, but let the body decide how much you can train, okay? Soreness, nervous system fatigue. You can also get an energy compass called HRV, which works with a simple chest strap that you put around your belly, around your chest every morning, and it will give you a readiness score. It only measures the nervous system, but that information in the beginning is enough for you to understand, should I push today or should I hold back, okay? Because, guys, if you overshoot with training too much in the beginning, that's how you burn out and that's how you quit or even get hurt, okay? So the number 1 big mistake, we want consistency in the beginning, and it starts with managing your energy. Number 2, accept incompetence. Guys, you come into a game which is very unusual. It's asymmetrical, it's unpredictable, it's chaotic, and it takes some time to figure out. I've never seen an adult get into martial arts and get it right away. Even if they're very athletic and have a good base in other sports, This sport is very different. And the learning curve will not be linear. You will not have steady progress. Actually, you will make a little bit of progress, and then you will spend a lot of time in a plateau, and then make you a little bit more progress, and then you're in the plateau. You are mostly in the plateau, especially in the beginning. It's very confusing. In martial arts, all your intuition is usually wrong. You know, it's the one thing in fight sports where what you think you should do is actually the opposite of what you should be doing. You know, if you ever try boxing or grappling, you know, you will do the exact opposite of what the coach wants you to do. You know, in boxing, you might stick up your chin high in the air and you lean back to not get hit. So the game is confusing, and the game will take some time, and you will be incompetent, and you will look, you know, beginners, or like let's say people half your size will dominate you, and that's hard to take for the ego in the beginning. But that's just how it is. That's just the game. So accept that as a fact of this reality, that you will be incompetent, and it will be uncomfortable, you know, and you will question yourself. But again, that first year, incompetence is expected. You know, no one expects you to get in there and to excel right away. Okay, so don't put that pressure additionally on yourself. Just keep showing up, because the body not only learns consciously, a lot of the movements that you drill, a lot of the exercises that you do in the gym, they're also subconscious, and they will come out eventually once they're drilled enough, once you've been exposed to the game enough. Okay? So principle number 2, accept your incompetence. You will get less and less competent over time. Number 3, protect your nervous system. Martial art is a high anxiety sport. There's a lot of fear, you know, there's a lot of nerves, and you can sometimes have difficulty to shake off, you know, these nerves. You know, the sympathetic nervous system, which is the fight or flight response, you know, will overtake you. You know, there will be adrenaline in your blood, and you will have difficulty in the beginning to shake that off. You know, so you will get into a wired state. You know, and that's an issue because states like that create wrong decisions. So when you're starting out, it's very important that you find a way to regulate your nervous system, okay? Now you can do certain exercises like breathing exercises, you can do shaking, but you have to find your baseline again, because if you get stuck in that sympathetic nervous system, you can carry that into the next day. You know, you can become an anxious person. This is something, for example, that I experienced. Not everyone goes through it, but be aware that your nervous system takes a toll as well, okay? And it will also show up in your recovery, which will ultimately, you know, when you circle back to the first principle, it will affect your recovery. You will not be able to sleep well, recover well, and it will affect your mental state and your moods. So regulating the nervous system is a big one. You know, there's so many things you can do with this. You can take massages, you can, you know, do sauna, cold plunges, shaking, breath work. But it's important that you always find that sense of calm again, okay? Because sometimes after sessions or training sessions, you can go home and you can stay in that wired state, and you can like replay all the moments that you lost and how you got like humiliated and beat up, you know, and it can like literally drive you insane. So, you know, find a way to regulate your nervous system. It's something not many people talk about, but I find it to be an immense value to always reset to like a healthy, calm baseline. Number 4, focus on survival, okay? The first year, focus more on self-preservation than becoming a good fighter, really. You know, all martial arts usually are intended to be self-defense first, okay? Don't get killed, don't get hurt, you know, don't get injured, you know, just be able to survive. So it requires from you to take a very, moderate approach, conservative approach in how you learn, okay? Stick to the basics, you know, whatever your coach teaches you, stick to those basics, you know, don't go on YouTube and look at flashy techniques that you want to pull off. You're still learning, you're still a beginner, you don't know what's going on, you don't know how to move correctly, you don't know anything, you know? So really, you are on the slow lane right now, and that's good. That's for your own good. You need to protect yourself, because you will like this game takes a long time to master. Like in jiu-jitsu, usually takes 7 to 10 years to get to a black belt. That's almost how long it takes to get a PhD. So that first year is just like you trying to get on your feet, and that's fine. Okay. So stick to the basics. Learn. Go at a slow pace. Don't expect too much from yourself. Don't go for the crazy stuff that you see online on the TikTok videos and Instagram and things like that. You're not there yet. You're not ready yet, and it will not work. Mastery really is achieved through basics. Whenever you talk to any master, they all say the same thing. In the end, it's all the basics. It's always in the basics. So take that first, like drill those basics, get a really good foundation, and you will see that technique will, like the high level and advanced technique will come over the years, and it will almost naturally emerge if the basics are there. Number 5, find an anchor. So when you get to the martial arts gym and you show up frequently, and just the nature of martial arts gyms is that this will become your family. It will become a very important social circle of yours. Because, although we try to beat each other up, we're also here to help each other, and it creates very strong bonds between each other. So within that team, I advise you to find a good training partner. It will usually be someone your age, your size, and your skill level. And that partner will usually be the one where you make the most progress with, because if you go with the too high level guys, you just become a target. They can like do whatever they want to you. If you go with other beginners, they also don't really have a clue, especially if they're really fresh. But if someone, like over time, I'm speaking about a few months in, you will find someone who's maybe a little bit ahead of you or on the same level as you, work with that training partners. You see a lot in martial arts, twin brothers that start together become always very, very good because they have that consistent training partner that they can train with, even outside of the gym, at home, and so on. So find that partner that you really like, stick to them, work with them. It will also help to motivate each other when one doesn't feel like training, to pull each other along to get back into training. That one training partner can actually give you a lot of motivation to keep showing up. And it's usually these people that you then can sit together and like review techniques, drill techniques, do your extra homework. So having that anchor in your gym is really, really important. And besides that, build a good relationship with your sensei, with your coach. Ask questions, stay longer, do the drills that he recommends. If you develop a good relationship with your coach, you will see you will also progress faster. Coaches usually admire when someone is consistent, if they show up, and if they give their best effort. No one expects you to excel right away. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter really how good you are, but what they want to see is that you have grit, that you keep showing up, and that you are giving your best effort, because these people are respected, and you will see that a lot more people want to invest their time into you once they see these qualities in you. So if you're in your first year right now and it feels messy, that's absolutely normal. If you're sore, confused, you're getting dominated, and you're questioning yourself, that's normal too. It doesn't mean you're behind. It means you're adapting. Most people quit because they misinterpret the process. They think discomfort means they're not built for it. It doesn't. It means your body and nervous system are learning a new language, and that just takes time. So don't judge the first year by performance. Judge it by presence. Did you show up? Did you manage your energy? Did you stay? If you can't do that, you're already ahead of most people. So stay long enough and everything changes.